This video is going to be a video solution to the twin prime problem. In this video, we're going to code out the problem. I hope you have tried your best to solve this on your own. And if you haven't, please go and try. Please, that's my request. And for those who are having some trouble running the program, take the help of this. All right. So I'm going to begin by creating a new class. And I always start off with a gibberish name because I anyways have to delete the start code. Now, the first thing that we do is taking the scanner class as input. Scanner. All right. So what's a good name for this class? A meaningful good name? Twin prime, right? Twin prime. All right. Now, I identified two tasks in the previous video. The first was to check for prime numbers, and the second was to actually generate the twin prime numbers. All right, let's start with the first subtask. So here we are going to create a function called isPrime, which is going to take in a number and it's going to return true if the number is a prime number and false otherwise. So the simplest way to do this is to check how many factors the number has. So we know that a number has a factor between 1 and itself, and if has factors between 1 and itself. And if it has just two factors, then it would signify that the number is a prime number. So int factor count is equal to 0. Initially, we don't know how many factors the number has. For int I equal to 1, I less than equal to num, I plus plus. Now, we need to check whether I is a factor of num. So if num mod I equals 0, it means we have got a factor. Therefore, we'll increase our factor count. And this is the shorthand notation for incrementing the value of a variable. This is an increment operator. All right. And if it's not a factor, then we do nothing. We simply continue on with the loop. Now, if the number is prime, it would mean that the number of factors that the number has is 2. Therefore, the factor count should be 2. So, if factor count is 2, then we return true, else we return false. Well, there are a lot more ways of checking for prime numbers. This happens to be one of the simplest and the easiest to understand ways. You may go for any other method of your choice. That's completely fine, as long as it correctly checks for prime numbers. All right. Now, coming to the second subtask, where we generate the twin prime numbers. So we're going to generate twin prime numbers directly in the main method by calling isPrime. All right. So let me write down the main method first. Public static void main string args. Let me just clear space. All right. The first thing that we do is create an object of the scanner class because we're going to take two numbers as input from the user. New scanner system.in. All right. And the next thing that we'll do is create an object of this class because we need to call the member method isPrime. So the name of the class is twin prime. So twin prime obj new twin name. All right, done. So next we take two numbers as input from user system. We take the range as input. Twin. So enter the lower bound. Int lb equals sc dot next int. Scroll down a bit. Copy, paste, enter the upper bound. Change the name of the variable to u. All right. Now the next step was to run a loop from lb to ub minus 2 for int I equals lb, I less than equals ub to be -2. I'm going to put it in a bracket. It's not necessary, but I like neat code. I++. All right. So before I actually check, I'm going to give some nice little outputs. So the twin prime numbers between the twin prime numbers between LB plus UB are. Next thing that we need to do is we need to check if I, the currently generated number, and I+2 are both prime or not. So if, now to call this method, we're going to need the help of this object. So if obj dot check prime or is prime I and obj dot is prime I+2, it means that we have found a twin prime pair. So system dot out dot print bracket plus I. This is just as for decoration. You may just display the two numbers as it is, but I like things nice. And I+2. And remember, you need to put I+2 here. Otherwise, the plus operator would behave as concatenation and they wouldn't get added up. All right. We want these two quantities to get added up and then displayed. This is the reason why we're putting a bracket in this place. Plus, and then comma, and all right, finished. None. That's it. That's simple. That's how simple it was. So let's compile it. Wow, class compile no syntax errors. All right. You may have a few syntax errors here and there. Don't freak out. It's very easy to manage. You're gonna have red line signals here. You're going to understand in which line you have the error, and inside of an error, you're going to have let's say a squiggly line. For example, let me delete this and compile. So I have an error in this line. So I see it's the error. It is not a statement. Of course, we cannot write a variable as it is. And moreover, you know from the logic or the algorithm that you need to increment the value of fact count here. Therefore, you're going to put plus plus. Now, because I made the error intentionally, it was faster for me to detect it and correct it. But your mistakes would not be intentional, right? They would be unintentional. So you're going to get these messages, you read them, understand them, and even if you don't, you could do one thing. You could write down that error message in Google, on Google. You're going to search for it, and you're going to find an answer on Stack Overflow, right? Relate that answer to your question, and you're gonna solve your problem, right? It's not that difficult. All right, let me run this program now. So let me give a lower bound as 1 and upper bound as 100. All right, so the twin prime numbers between 1 and 100 are 3 and 5, 5 and 7, 11 and 13, 17 and 19, and so on. Let me see if it tallies with the question that I had. Oh. All right, not amicable pairs. This one, okay. So 3 and 5. So let's see. Oh, let's do one thing. Let's shrink this down. Okay, 3 and 5. 5 and 7, 11 and 13, 17 and 19, 29 and 31, 41 and 43, 59 and 61, 71 and 73. Right? That's a correct question. So I hope you understood the code that I wrote in this video. And see you in the next one. Bye for now.